Hey, I really appreciate you being here. Picture this. There's music playing softly in the background, setting the vibe as we dive into something heavy. I've been reflecting lately, thinking about how life unfolds. If I nail this one thing, I'll be happy. If I pull off that other thing, I'll be happy too. But no matter how it shakes out, there's this lingering truth. She loved me. And watching me with other people, that cut her deep. It hurt her in ways I didn't fully grasp at the time. So, in response, she went out and did things that ended up hurting me too. It turned into this messy cycle of pain. I hurt her, she hurt me, and round we went. For me, it was an escape, a way to cope. I was young, just figuring stuff out like everyone else, experimenting, stumbling through the chaos of growing up. It's the kind of thing you see all the time, not just in the wild world of the entertainment industry, but everywhere with regular people too. This time around, though, I took a step back. I decided to pause, to really work on myself and figure out who I am. I poured energy into building something solid within me, focusing on my own growth. I had to stop running because, honestly, I felt like I was falling apart, like I was dying. It was a wake-up call. So here we are. Believers, gather close, because we've got some serious ground to cover. For weeks now, the internet's been buzzing like a beehive about Justin and Hailey Bieber. Let's be real, we've all noticed the signs. The distance between them has been impossible to miss. Where are the cute couple pics on Instagram? Why is he showing up solo to events? The whispers of trouble in paradise have been getting louder, and it's been tough to tune them out. And now, the moment we've all been dreading has arrived. Justin's finally spoken up, and it's not the news we wanted. He's confirmed that he and Hailey are getting divorced. Cue the collective heartbreak from fans everywhere. The clues have been piling up for a while, some subtle, some glaring, and the speculation has been off the charts. Now that Justin's addressing it, we're finally getting a peek into why he's been so distant from Hailey lately. So grab your tissues, believers, because this one's going to hit hard. Let's unpack what he had to say and try to piece together what brought this high-profile love story to an end. It's a rough ride, no doubt, but before we dive in, do me a favor, give this a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it helps us keep bringing you fresh content to dig into. Alright, let's get into it. What's been going on that led to this gut-wrenching split? Word on the street is that Justin and Hailey have been sailing through some seriously stormy seas for a while now. The rumor mill's been working overtime, churning out stories about Justin wrestling with personal demons. There's even been talk, quiet, under-the-breath stuff, about him possibly slipping back into drug use. If that's true, you can imagine how devastating that would be for Hailey. Think about it, trying to hold a marriage together under the spotlight while worrying about your partner's health and choices. That's a heavy load to carry. The stress alone would be overwhelming, and it's not hard to see how it could shake even the strongest bond. On top of that, insiders close to the couple say Selena Gomez's recent engagement news hit Justin like a freight train. We can't pinpoint exactly how much that rocked their marriage, but it definitely seems to have stirred the pot. When you're already dealing with personal struggles and relationship tension, seeing an ex move on can feel like a punch to the gut. It's like all these pressures, internal battles, external triggers came together to create a perfect storm, putting Justin and Hailey's marriage under unbearable strain. It's a heartbreaking mess, and you can tell they're both hurting. Just when you thought it couldn't get more complicated, something else popped up to fan the flames. It was a rainy Thursday in Los Angeles, the day before Valentine's Day. Talk about timing, right? Justin was spotted out and about, all by himself. Not exactly the romantic vibe you'd expect from a guy who's married, especially on the eve of a day built for love. He was at a go-kart track in Santa Clarita, rocking oversized red sweatpants, a pink beanie, and a zip-up hoodie. Sure, there's nothing wrong with comfy clothes or a solo outing, but go-karting alone on Valentine's Day Eve? It raised eyebrows. Fans were already side-eyeing his marriage, and this didn't help. It felt off, like a piece of the puzzle was missing. Then things took a spisher turn. Justin left a flirty comment on Keke Palmer's Instagram post, a stylish selfie she'd shared. He wrote, "She said I'm popping out, woo!" Naturally, the internet lost its mind. Was he moving on from Hailey? Was this a cry for attention? Or just a playful, meaningless comment blown out of proportion? The timing, though, was suspect as hell. Fans jumped into the comments grilling him. Justin, what are you doing here? One wrote. Another chimed in, Justin Bieber already trying to move on from Hailey? A third fan took a softer angle, saying, I love how you support the ladies. Some even got nostalgic, bringing up Justin's cameo on Keek's old Nickelodeon show, True Jackson VP. I remember when you were on that episode. One said, with another replying, me too, that show was pure memories. It all felt a little shady, didn't it? Looking back, these little moments, solo go-karting, flirty comments, start to paint a bigger picture of what might have been unraveling behind closed doors. Let's dig deeper. Justin and Keek go way back as friends, but the timing of his comment, paired with Hailey being off on a girl's trip, turned the gossip dial up to 11. It was like tossing a match into dry grass. Then came the social media drama. Justin appeared to unfollow Hailey, which in celeb world is basically a neon sign screaming trouble. But just when everyone was ready to call it Splitsville, they popped up together in New York City, acting like everything was fine. Or so it seemed. Even then, something felt off. He let her sit in the car alone, not joining her. Classic, are they or aren't they vibes? Hailey's spoken up about this roller coaster before. In a 2024 chat with W Magazine, she tackled the nonstop negativity around their marriage. People don't want to believe that we're happy, she said. It still hurts. She admitted that brushing off the rumors doesn't make the sting fade. It just keeps hurting no matter how hard she tries to ignore it. Her words sketch a couple fighting to hold it together under a magnifying glass, dodging rumors left and right. It makes you wonder what was really happening behind the polished Instagram grids and staged photo ops. Then Hailey dropped something cryptic on Instagram that sent everyone spiraling. She posted a photo dump, selfies, shots of her beauty line road, the usual influencer stuff. The caption? Some bits. But one image stopped people cold. Text that read, I am imperfect. I have been rejected. I still have purpose. Whoa, deep, right? The internet went wild. Fans flooded the comments with support, some asking straight up what it meant, others cheering her on, you've got this, show up for yourself. That rejected bid, though? With all the marriage rumors swirling, it was impossible not to connect the dots. Was she hinting at trouble with Justin? Feeling cast aside by him? Or was it something else entirely? Intentional or not, it was like pouring fuel on the fire, leaving us all guessing. Here's the kicker, despite the mounting evidence, Hailey's been shutting down divorce talk hard. She's always been private, keeping her cards close and refusing to spill the tea publicly. She's trying to project this image of a happy, stable marriage, guarding her rep even as cracks show. It's relatable though, who'd want their struggles splashed across tabloids? Living under that kind of scrutiny must be brutal, and it's natural she'd want to shield herself and Justin from the world's prying eyes. But sometimes, the harder you try to hide the mess, the more it stands out. It's a tightrope walk, balancing privacy with authenticity, and Hailey's wobbling up there. How long can she keep it up before the truth slips out? So, what's the real story? Sources hint Justin might be battling substance use again, and Selena's engagement news seems to have him rattled. That combo could be a powder keg, spilling over into his marriage with anger, frustration, and distance. It's a tough spot, and you can feel for them both. Addiction's no joke. It's a beast that needs empathy, not judgment. Maybe, if it all gets too heavy, divorce is where it lands. What do you think? Drop your take below, and if you're vibing with this, hit subscribe and tap that bell. I'm here every week, peeling back the layers on your fave celebs. Let's keep the conversation going.